guys ready for the State of the Union? Trip edition of the State of the Union. Had to go live a little early so we actually catch the beginning of the State of the Union rather than coming on right as it starts. Hope everybody's doing good. You guys ready? I'm gonna a little heads up. My prediction: the State of the Union is fucked. But we're not gonna hear that from Trump. Of course, he's gonna have a positive spin on things. But it sure feels like the State of the Union is pretty disastrous. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Let's see where we're at with Looks like we got some stuff. They're already
Supreme Court.
Here we go. Let's get to it. Here comes the Supreme Court. Ah! What do you think, guys? Should we do some NPC music with it? At least for the beginning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Links are in the description if you want to support the show. Smash the thumbs up. Let's see what we can do, how high we can get it. Let's go. Hit the thumbs up. And, yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. Waiting for Trump to come. Should be here any moment now. Supreme Court just came in. Yay.
As we predicted, Kavanaugh is there.
It's as bad as the Oscars.
Very happy with him on that.
I didn't watch the Oscars.
Sided with him, but Coney Barrett on the other
We'll turn the volume back up when, you know, shit gets underway. Right now, we'll just hang, wait for old Trumpy to come out. I hope he's doing good. I hope he doesn't have, you know, an old man type of fucking interview today. Or speech, you know? Hope he doesn't sound like he's in his 80s. Oh my God, Trump's texting me right now. I'm about to leave. Before I hop in the motorcade for my State of the Union address, let me see what Trump's fucking texting me right now. Before I hop in the motorcade, oh, he misspelled motorcade. He spelled it motor code. What a genius, dude. What a genius. Before I hop in the motor code for my State of the Union address, will you do me a favor? Oh, you want me to dump more money? You just asked me for money yesterday, dude. What do you think? You think I'm fucking made of money? You think I got a money tree, bro? Every time, you know, I'm like, I think old Donnie's hitting me up because he wants to like chat and be, you know, see how I'm doing. But no, he just always wants money. Always about. Is he crying? Are you crying? I guess he just looks like he's. What a look, huh? What a look to have your resting face look like you're fucking crying. Wire him ping? Nah, I can't, dude. I gotta cut him off, bro. I've given him too much already. At a certain point, he's gonna have to figure it out. Like, you can't rely on me, dude. Like, for fuck's sake, I got, you know, taxes coming up, bro. Maybe cut my taxes, you know? And maybe I'll send you a little fiber or something, you know? But yeah, it never ends, man. They're asking for money, dude. Please turn the music down. Ryan Hawking, suck my dick. Okay? Okay? Just kidding, Ryan. I didn't mean that. That was a little too much. That was a little too much. Fine, I'll turn it down a little bit, okay? Oh wait, that was up. Wrong way. Oop, that was up again. Oops, wrong way. Okay, yeah, down. I forget which way's up or down. I don't know if it can get any lower than this, dude. And then it'll be, in 2 seconds, it'll be, turn the music back up. There's nothing happening right now. This is basically C-SPAN coverage of everybody walking in, okay? You want to hear stupid C-SPAN talk? Go listen to C-SPAN. C-SPAN. Go watch C-SPAN.
Foster youth services. You can see how Barron Trump just towers over.
And he's a what? Second year at NYU.
That's right. We'll see if he gets a shout out too. The president lately has been giving Barrett a shout, especially during his social
It must be
media
difficult to be
advice
the
during
president's
campaign.
son.
We hear a lot of him talking about
Mr.
Barrett.
Speaker, the President's Cabinet.
Here we go. Now maybe we can glean
Figure out
who the designated survivor is.
we knew Secretary
Marco
Rubio.
Rubio, Andy Besant, Treasury. Okay, you're going to mark the list? Okay.
Okay.
We'll look, you look,
Hegseth.
and we'll mark. You see Mr. Hegseth,
Behind
Defense, or
Bassett.
Department of War.
Boring.
Oh, I think I see
Pam,
Bondi.
Pam Bondi.
I don't care. I want to see Trumpy. Or I want to see Pam Bondi fall. Oh, there's RFK Jr. All right, that's fun.
Turner.
Secretary.
Oh, there's
It's only fun when he talks, though. I like to hear him talk. It's Pete Hegseth. It's Besant, right? Isn't that the guy that punched Elon Musk in the eye? That's the rumor. Old Besant. Whoa, nice and early today. Yeah, Kumaskill. I mean, the State of the Union's at 8, so... You know, there's not much to talk about today, so I might as well just come and react to this fucking State of the Union. Give me some content, Trumpy. Already better than Biden? I mean, yeah. Nothing's better than the first State of the Union from 2017, where that bald dude came out and just like screamed, "The President of the United!" I don't know. It was just so good. Nothing was better than that one. Let's see how this one is. RFK coming straight from the gym? Yeah, he just had his workout and his fucking methylene blue. His mitochondria are on point right now. He's ready for this. Is that Bobby Les X Kyla? Is that no? That I think that's Tulsi Gabbard. All right, Tulsi Gabbard. You got to put the spotlight on her. We better not ignore Tulsi, dude.
Ag Secretary is the most frequent designated survivor.
Oh, there she is,
Oh.
though.
Oh,
in front of
there's
the screen.
Brooke. Brooke
and
Rollins is
Secretary
there.
Lutnick, and then
Lutnick is there. Commerce.
behind her.
Oh, Lutnick.
Transportation. We saw Scott.
Kick him out.
Duffy.
Get him out of
Duffy.
there.
Sean
That's
Duffy.
We don't want
sorry.
Lutnick.
Greer,
That was Scott
USTR.
Turner in front of
Get Lutnick out of there.
HUD,
And then we have Kelly Loeffler.
Small Business Administration.
I was banking on her being. I don't know why, but that's who I guessed.
You know, my guest before was Chris.
All right, so I guess Trump's probably gonna. I mean, we're already 2 minutes past 8.
The winner of the
People got things to do, Trump. Stop texting people for money and let's go. Let's do the State of the Union, please.
Behind Sean
designated
Duffy.
survivor.
Calm down, Ping. I can't calm down, MFG.
Kelly Loeffler
I had too much caffeine.
Small Business. She was a former senator from Georgia who got defeated.
RFK voice all jittery. I saw this video on Instagram earlier today
Director Radcliffe.
where it's like
CIA.
CIA.
RFK Jr.'s doing
Former member
like he's one of those like trip guides where you're on an acid trip and you took too much and then he shows up to like help you through it. It was really funny. I'm sure you'll find it on Instagram.
Peace talks with our nuclear talk.
Interview with Toby was good too. Well, yeah, it was fun to talk to Toby, but I struggle in trying to get this format, the normal format I do,
Then he became CIA.
with guests. As soon as I get guests, it's like I just goes off track right away.
There's RFK.
I just need to be more of a you know, an authoritarian and be like, okay, shut up. We're gonna react to these stupid clips now.
And usually the CIA directors.
But the other thing too is like, you know, when you have a guest, sometimes you know, the guest might start going in a direction and then you're like, okay, well, I guess we'll talk about that if you really want to talk about it. He seemed like there was shit he really wanted to talk about. I just think like the whole Me Too shit he went through, it's like, it probably is important for him to really, I mean, he should make a whole fucking hour-long video about it. It would probably go viral, where he gives his side of the story, et cetera, et cetera. Just the way he was doing it on my show was so all over the place. Like, I couldn't follow. Like, I don't know the original, like, who are you talking about? What was her claim? Like, I was so lost, and I think a lot of the audience was. So, I like, it's important, but, like, it needs to be a little more organized so it has more impact, you know? But it was fun. Ready for the coup? Was there going to be a coup near you? Who we got now? Yeah, a bunch of nobodies. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like my take on the 80s. Y'all are so fucking connected to the 80s. Like you're just you're so sensitive about the 80s. Like, don't talk bad about my 80s. It's weird. It's weird. It's just a decade. You guys act like the 80s is like your girlfriend or something. You know, the 80s ain't gonna fuck you. The 80s is gone. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, we all have our opinions, man. That's what's fun about giving your opinion is, you know, people get mad about it. Did you pre-discuss what you were going to talk about? No. No, I did pre-discuss that, basically we just react to current events and give our take on shit going on, you know? And I think Toby knows the show, but he had shit he wanted to talk about. So I was like, all right, well, we'll talk about it. I just think he'll do himself a better service talking about the whole shit that happened almost 10 years ago. Like, a lot of people don't even know, like, the story, you know? Like, I don't really know. I mean, I've seen fucking documentaries on it, and I don't remember the story of, like, what the claims were and who made the claims and all that, so it's almost like you have to start from the beginning and kind of explain what happened and then give your story, you know? You gotta, like, catch everybody up. But yeah. The coke was good in the 80s? Yeah, the coke was good in the 80s, guys. But the weed was terrible. The weed was terrible. Television sucked. There was not much good on the TV in the 80s, okay? You liked Miami Vice? Okay, well, go watch it. You can still watch it. Let's see how long you last watching Miami Vice. It was a cool aesthetic, bro. They're in their car and they're cool. It's like, okay, yeah, but the show's not that good. I know, God bless you. Maybe you can watch it. You know? There are some good shit from the 80s, of course. Of course, you can rattle off good things from the 80s. Why you guys got me talking about the 80s again? You guys are so obsessed with the 80s, man. I just think it was a little gay, that's all. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Americans are just British people that were left here from the first British people. It's one way to look at it. Oh, here we go. He made it!
Leadership is behind
My lord. Please, can we lower taxes, my lord? He's not looking bad. Hope he's got some fun gay stories again. He's had a lot of gay stories lately. I think he's you can tell he's aged a lot in this year. Like, if you look at him when he was on Rogan, he seems to have aged a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. No! You guys better not still be talking about the 80s in here, okay? No more talking about the 80s. The 80s are banned in here, okay? We don't talk about the 80s. The 80s was the worst generation of all time, by the way. The 40s was legendary. Tough time to live through, but legends came out of the 40s, okay? 50s, best time to ever be alive in America. 60s were great, 70s were great, 80s, throw it away, it sucked. The 90s weren't that great either, but they were better than the 80s. Okay? Sorry, no more talking about the 80s. That was my last comment on the 80s. Wouldn't that be cool if he got into like a shoving match with one of the Democrats? That'd be cool. Aren't they, a lot of the Democrats, like, boycotting this? They're, like, not even showing up? I guess they don't care about the union, huh? We defeated communism in the 80s? Alright, well, you got that going for you. The 90s were awesome, fight me, ping. Okay, now I'm gonna be, people gonna fight me over the 90s? Yeah, the 90s were great. They were better than the 80s, but the 70s were better than the 90s, the 60s were better than the 90s, the 50s were better than the 90s. I don't know, this is just my ranking system, okay? I didn't live through any of those decades, but... the 50s were definitely better than the 90s. What about the 10s? The 10s were okay, but the 20s were way better than the 10s. The 20s were just, you know, badass, dude. It was just swinging party time. The 10s were just, you know, they're alright. They're alright. 90s sucked ass. See, I'm not gonna get mad at you because I think the 90s were cool. Because I can see, for some people, the 90s did suck ass. And there were aspects of the 90s that did suck ass. Okay. This is where they clap for an extra 5 minutes while we wait for Trump to finally speak. Any day now, bro.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Hit the like button if you love the USA, okay? If you don't hit the like button, that means you're a commie traitor. You should be deported to
Well, thank you
Venezuela.
very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
Is the whistle appropriate there? We know she's hot. You don't got to whistle. You're not blocked in chat, Cheetah Main. People always think they're blocked when they're not. Why is that?
Second Lady of the United States.
Second lady. Oh, this J.D. Vance's wife?
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans.
Boo.
Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
I think the hockey team's going to be mentioned for sure.
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
I think it's too early for an applause yet, okay? He needs more energy. His energy seems low.
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
We better talk about shit people care about, and not just kiss his own ass the whole time.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure.
The Democrats walking out. Oh, you got one job to do, guy.
Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
Yeah, this is some salesman shit, you know?
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
That's one thing I can say good job about.
In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country.
Do we gotta stand up again? Come on, this speech is gonna take forever. This is gonna take forever. Can we please get on with it?
The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
Jesus Christ, dude. It was one sentence. Can we get like a paragraph
And
between
last
this?
year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
But the murder rate being down is good. I don't want to be murdered, so congratulations. Murder's bad.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good job, but we all really expected that. That's an easy fix.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office.
Oh, great. So it's only 995,000 instead of $1 million.
And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house.
You can't do
that
both.
really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep
You can't
those
do
values
both,
up.
Donald.
We're going to do both.
You can't do both, idiot. You can't.
And we are going to
All
keep
right.
it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
It's so dumb, dude. All right, let him get on with it.
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
I hope he talks about the discombobulator.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
I think this is going to have a negative impact on people because State of Union's so good, but
More
everybody's still
Americans are working
suffering.
today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. We ended DEI in America. We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
You lifted them off or you kicked them off? You didn't lift anybody off anything.
For all these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is
Strong. Boy, who would have thunk it? Who would have thought he was going to say that? Only my bank account was strong as well, bro. But tax season's going to destroy that.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire
here you go.
nation proud.
You just won your bet.
The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
That whole winning, you're going to be winning so much, you're going to be sick of it. It doesn't work as well anymore. It's kind of cringe now. Yeah, cringe, dude.
At JCD 780 became a member. At JCD 780 celebrates 7 months of membership. Cringe AF.
Yeah, JCD, thank you, brother, for being a member for 7 months. Yes, that was cringe. That was very cringe. That used to be one of his best lines, too. Now it's just cringe. Well, good job. Good job with the gold medal. I honestly don't care about the Olympics, but it's just nice to beat Canada. Apparently the women's hockey teams turned down the invite.
Go ahead.
Was it a good game? I didn't even see the game. How are we the best in hockey, dude? I thought we were like bad at hockey. Oh, Olive's back. Hello, Olive. Where you been, Olive? I thought you died.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get
Welcome
up.
back, Olive. Hope you're doing good.
And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
I heard they turned down the invite. That's what I heard. They missed 2 empty nets? What the hell? So essentially just every hockey team sucked. We were the best of the worst.
They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuyck.
He clearly didn't know that guy's name. He had to read that off the teleprompter. Connor Hellebuyck. Are you sure these people are even Americans? Now, pep rallies are more fun than this, Shining Bright. You got a marching band at pep rallies and shit.
Shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. Do you practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad
at SoundXPhonetic.1 super chatted $5.38.
and in this
I
case, my
hope
vote
you
was
can
more
afford
important.
some bananas and rice
That
with
I will
this.
soon be
I think I can.
presenting
I think I
Connor
can.
with our highest civilian
Thank you,
honor,
SoundX.
which we will be given, and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best, and I thought he deserved it.
Dude, that's enough about the fucking hockey team already. How about, let's talk about how we're going to fucking reform the tax system and stop fucking over lower class people. How are we going to get the cost of living up, down, whatever?
Thank you very much.
Enough with the hockey, I don't give a fuck.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
This seems like a distraction from actually having to have any sort of substance. Like, let's see how much time we can kill clapping and talking about sports.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
What about Doge? You bringing Doge back?
And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't
Are we
claim
still
that
talking
one for
sports?
myself. But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting.
Hey, spring training just started. Why don't we talk about baseball? How about them Braves, Trump? Matt Olson's looking good this year, huh? Hey, how about talking about the fucking State of the Union,
so this
dude?
will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II.
Oh, great.
Serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur.
God bless
He
him.
fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila.
Seems like another distraction from actually talking about the problems Americans actually care about right now.
Machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
God bless our veterans, but especially the World War II veterans. It's the weave.
Cybertruth super chatted $1.99. It's the weave.
Yeah. One hell of a weave, man.
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas, one of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
What a badass.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
Yeah, I don't mind like the military honors. But yeah, that maybe should be done like right at the beginning, and then you get into the speech. Because to me, this is a big deal. Trump's about to get destroyed in the midterms. So here's his chance to put forward a vision for this year that will bring people back
Petty
over.
Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aide, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
I don't know. Are the tax cuts real? Because I keep hearing people saying like, my taxes are just as bad as always.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Sounds like just a bunch of shit that he can say I cut taxes, but like not really. How about doing what you said you're going to do, which is to basically abolish income tax?
Interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
Deductions, wonderful. You got 127K back, Dalton? Well, please send me a super chat, okay? You must be doing
in
good.
Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
I mean, that's good. The no tax on overtime, no tax on tips.
Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan.
What I don't like is apparently my super chats don't count as tips.
Thank you.
Why? Because they're not called tips. They're essentially a tip.
Thank you,
It's essentially
Megan.
what it is.
We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third.
You better have more to say about
Nice
tax
man,
cuts.
good man.
There better be more coming.
Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
So we're just giving them free money?
They're great people.
Everything but stop taxing them, right? That's good. That's good. I'm glad the kids are going to get free money. Because that's good. That's good for people to get free money and not have to work for anything.
When I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, shut down the IRS. Dano's got it.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing?
It'll be nothing.
100,000 could be much more than that.
It'll
To
probably
make this
be nothing.
investment in our children's future, go to TrumpAccounts.gov. TrumpAccounts.gov.
100,000 is going to be equal to like
Setting every
10,000 in
record the
today's
book.
money.
It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth, and the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful, country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax.
Yeah, when?
Taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Okay, well then fucking do it. The thing is, you say it and nobody believes you're gonna do it. I think if you announced you were doing it immediately, as soon as possible, it's for sure happening, he'd probably win the midterms.
Factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America.
You do, really? Thanks for letting us know.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem. They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
Are they? I think rents have kind of stabilized and gone down a tiny bit, I think.
The price of eggs is down 60%, Madam Secretary, thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while, we're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great health care plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
I like that. Go to war with the insurance companies. They're the ones fucking everything up, dude. It's a whole racket.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened, and now I'm bringing them way down on health care and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before. Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action, but I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price.
I checked out the drugs on that Trump RX. Everything that I could use is still over $1,000.
First year of the second term.
But I could get Ozempic real cheap.
Should be my third term. But strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way. And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big, Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase, but a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500. A reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom.
Well, that's great. Mine are still too. I can't. The shit I need for my autoimmune disorders, I still can't afford it. It's still completely out of reach. But it sure seems like they want people on Ozempic, because that shit's cheap as fuck.
So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing, I'm not sure it matters, because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory, so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed Executive Order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
That's good. If it actually stops them, it isn't just some shit that they have a workaround for, which is what usually happens.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Raysel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
Well, how? If you want prices to keep going up, nobody can afford it. Unless they become a fucking bill. You're gonna make everybody a billionaire, dude?
We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Elizabeth Warren, she's happy. Hey, at least she stayed.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here?
Of course they got to stand up for that.
Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Yeah, I'm for that. And investigate every member of Congress.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance.
Oh. Okay, we'll do something. I'd like to see something done, but Trump talks a big game about a lot of shit, and then nothing ever happens, so.
We'll get it done. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget.
Jesus, dude.
The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here.
Yeah,
to
keep
the
it on
USA.
her.
And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah.
Lock him up.
Delilah Colvin was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more.
Jesus.
The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Did he tell her to please stand up when she can't stand? That's a little awkward. God bless her, though. She's a cutie. Gotta deport these illegals, bro. Can't let people be breaking into our country. It's just unacceptable.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
I'll be honest, Trump seems like he's struggling a bit. Oh yeah, she can stand. Good. Good. She looks like she's recovering.
As you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you.
At this point, he's still going to get destroyed in the midterms. It's going to happen.
As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice, we'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislature to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
I don't know. I think he really needs to address what people are upset about and get back to talking about how he's going to cut taxes. He probably should address the Epstein files. Promise to go after everybody who's guilty. And he could flip things back a little bit and make it a little more competitive for the midterm, but I don't think this is going to do it right here. Because as of right now, the Republicans are going to get their ass kicked. How long is this one going on? Hey, is that the astronaut guy? Weren't they going to press charges on that guy for telling people to not obey the orders of the commander-in-chief? He probably won't mention Epstein the whole speech. If he was smart, he'd say, "We're gonna bring justice down. You know, we will be prosecuting people." Whether he does it or not, I mean, people will want to hear that.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens.
Get her out of here.
In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed.
It's a shit show now. They're gonna let him. You could just interrupt the president during the State of the Union. I don't know. Should yank him the fuck out of there. I don't know. Deport him.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
Yeah. I like that.
To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
That's good. I can get on board with that.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. And no more
Democrats don't like
crooked
that?
mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel.
I'm with that.
None.
I agree with that.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
That's true. That's a no-brainer. Everybody wants fucking secure elections. No-brainer.
Even the new communist mayor of New York City. I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
If they could do that, that might make a difference for the midterms, if they could get it done. We'll see. And she looks happy. Like, damn, I don't know how to get an ID. I never figures it out.
And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
I'm down with that. All it is just basically the most basic security measure in the world. And some reason it's controversial.
And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy.
Oh, come on
and
now.
hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, that's insane.
Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full-ride scholarship to Liberty University.
Is that a trans
Sage
woman?
and Michelle, please stand up.
Let's see how the trans woman reacts. This whoever's directing this in the room, choosing which cameras to go to, they're doing a fantastic fucking job. A+.
And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him?
People need to go to jail.
Now we have to say it because it's going on all over.
It's child abuse. It's child abuse.
Telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
Yeah, C-SPAN's pretty fucking based. But I think they might be just showing the White House
Nobody
feed.
stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Get them. That's one way to do it. Remind everybody why they voted for you in the first place. Yeah, those people are crazy. That's why we voted for
Boy,
you.
oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star.
Here we go
Can you
again.
believe that? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth
She's still looking
to
good.
Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the
I'm a baller. I can't stop,
presidential
Nephilim.
AI challenge,
Can't
keeping
stop, won't
America's
stop.
next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future.
It's what ballers
Tonight
do,
we
bro.
welcome two young
Ball
people
out.
whose lives reflect the First
At
Lady's
Thank you,
Nephilim
Nephilim.
dash death dash
Sierra
squad
Burns
super
and
chatted $2.
Everest Nevermont.
Stop playing with your blue ball.
Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you
Can't
work.
do it,
on
brother, but thank you for the two.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal. This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man.
Oh, Charlie Kirk. Who had the bet that he's going to bring up Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk? Uh-oh. Candace. Where's the conspiracy here, Candace?
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Here we go. We got a whole new month of Erica Kirk content for people to fucking grift off of. Look at her. It's so fake. She's so fake. Look at it. It's all performative.
Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind. We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina fled war-torn
He's going to bring this one up?
Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way,
This cameraman
what's
is
going
so
on with
based.
Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget there were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretsky, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter.
I can see it now.
Irina.
Candace is gonna go, see, Erica Kirk, this is how a real woman grieves. This is real grieving. Now compare that to Erica Kirk's performative grieving. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm telling you, they'll make videos about that. They're probably making them right now.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars.
What's that about?
And importantly, that they stay there.
Old Macy.
Last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that.
That's a real American family right there.
One of the
America,
brave
bitch.
service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan.
Damn.
Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Eva Lee. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like it. So sorry. Thank you very much. She's a great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it.
Jesus.
They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night, and she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, "Sir, he will be okay." The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melanie? She turned out to be right. Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Getting gay again.
So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late, great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
You know, God bless these people. These are all sad stories. But as a logical guy who's just interested in actually solving problems, specifically the problems I face, this is just like, okay, this feels like emotional manipulation. How are you going to make my life better again? How are you going to do this income tax thing, you know, with the tariffs?
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India. Would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
We all love Jared Kushner, don't we? Everybody loves Jared. Good old Jared.
And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco. People don't like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever. Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back. But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job.
He's got to get the people excited about what he can do with the Republican majority.
And we're working very hard to end the
He's got to sell it.
The killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
That's what we want to hear about. Fuck's sake.
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Y'all can kiss the midterms goodbye, guys.
And just
unless he's got some good shit to bring it home.
Protests, they've killed at least, it looks like, 32,000 protests. 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Ay, ay, ay. Let's move on to the next subject, Trump.
At Nephilim dash
And no
death dash
nation
squad
should ever
super
doubt
chatted
America's
$5.
resolve.
Standing up
We have
clapping
the
all the
most
time is
powerful
some weird off-world
military on
alien
earth. I
shit.
rebuilt the military
Where's
in
my
first
money?
term.
Stop telling about American
We're going to
tragedies and
continue
give
to
me
do
my
so.
mono.
Also,
I agree.
just approved a
I
$1
agree,
trillion
dude.
budget.
Thank you for the
we have
five.
No choice. We have to be strong, because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called Peace Through Strength, and it's been very, very effective. So thanks to Republicans in Congress, we're investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed, at my very strong request, to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 4.
Didn't we already do this? I'm good. That sounds good. Although, why don't we just get rid of
And
NATO
getting
altogether?
that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily with one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us
Nancy's doing
totally
well.
in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently. And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776. You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute, for $1 more, we can have $1,776. It's going to... I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. $1 more, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also... We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
It's not enough about the cost of living crisis, how he's going to make life better for like the average fucking American who's barely getting by.
And with our new military
That should have been the whole
campaign,
focus.
We have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very impressive. They couldn't believe, they all watched, they saw what happened. This is a different fighting force than we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. Because we did that, my baby is becoming so important. And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
They're doing Native American sounds as they go to the Native American in the crowd, Elizabeth Warren.
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
I'm not enjoying this. I think it's a million better directions. Like, the pressure should be on to get people back to, like, on your side so you have a chance in the midterms, and this is not going to do it, bro. Just pretending like everything's great and not actually addressing the suffering of the American people it's not it.
Thank you, Enrique. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique. There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro, really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter, a big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many
Did that again.
American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good.
Again, just talking about nobody cares about other countries, bro. We want to hear about
Preparing
America.
To land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly
that's another
in the
sad
leg
story.
and hip, one bullet after another.
Another sad
He
story.
absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission. We probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife Amy, Eric, and Amy, come on in.
Jesus, can we get on with it, please?
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Congratulations, dude. Jesus, man. Yeah, dude's a badass. But it just feels like, I don't know, it's just distraction in a way. Like, we're almost 2 hours into the speech. I want to hear solutions to problems. Like, that's why we elected you, to go solve our problems.
Thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And Eric will be there. Thank you.
I've watched many State of the Unions, and it always annoys me. All the pomp and fucking circus bullshit. I don't think I've ever watched a State of the Union I wasn't
Thank you,
annoyed
Eric.
with.
That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
What took so long? This guy probably should have got this a long time ago. World War II Navy pilot. Took a long time to get this guy his Medal of Honor. They didn't keep this going for another 6 minutes. They can just end the speech. He doesn't have to say anything else.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. But
What the fuck?
if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside, but that great betrayal is over and they will never be forgotten again, because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
That was a fucking disaster. I'm sorry, okay? There was a few things, the SAVE Act. Yes, okay, great. He once again teases about cutting taxes. What makes it so frustrating is like when you tease us about it. Like, I get it. Okay, we got all these tariffs now, but no, okay, we also have to pay higher for goods that are tariffed, but also still pay tax. Like, they're supposed to kind of offset each other. So I don't know. I think he would have been better off really staying with addressing the actual concerns of Americans, man, instead of all this pomp and circumstance and circus and emotional manipulation. Like, how are you going to make life better for Americans? How are you going to make shit affordable so that people don't feel like they're fucking drowning every day trying to keep up and just, everybody's going out and going into debt just to fucking keep up with their bills. It's getting bad. But it's a golden age. It's a golden age, everybody. I mean, that kind of makes it hit even harder when it's like really shitty for a lot of people, and then you're like, it's a golden age. It's like, okay, well, seems like a not golden age to me, but no, it's a golden age. You should have stuck with really addressing the things that we need to address, that the American people care about, and most of it is just cost of living related, rent, jobs. I don't know, but it's like he thinks he can just say everything's great and then everybody would just believe it's great. But, yeah. And he's got so little time to win people over. If he would have focused on like the things people care about right now, he might have been able to win back some support for the midterms to actually maybe have a chance. I mean, like if he would have been like, hey, if you vote for Republicans and we keep our majority, we're going to guarantee that we're going to get rid of taxes for the average American who's living paycheck to paycheck. Because we know how hard it is to survive right now. And if you didn't have to pay taxes, that would be a huge relief. And it's not really fair for people to have to decide between food or taxes. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna address the cost of rent. We're gonna figure out programs to build affordable housing, whatever the fuck the plan that they could come up with. Legalize weed. I mean, yeah, why not? We're also gonna legalize marijuana. I mean, if you would have said those things, you might have been able to fucking woke some people up to get interested in showing up for the midterms. But you didn't sell them anything. There was nothing to be sold on. There was no promise of, hey, if you keep the Republican majority we have right now and you increase upon it, we're going to do such amazing things for you. We're going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No. Instead, it's a golden age. Now look at this person who got shot in the face who's still alive. Here are a bunch of sad stories so you can feel better about your life and be like, oh, it's sure nice that I didn't get shot in the face. I feel for all those people, all the veterans, all the people he shot. I mean, like, I get it. But what frustrates me is it's clearly a distraction from, like, doing what we all want to see him do and say right now, which is to address our actual real-world problems. Which have been slightly addressed. Yes, it's gotten a little bit better. Inflation's 2%? It's back where it should be, 2% a year or whatever. I don't know exactly if it's 2%, but I know it's better than it has been. But yeah, it's still that relief is not being felt by the American people at large, okay? Pink trip within a year guaranteed. 1, everything will be cheaper, and 2, we'll get a stimulus check like the $1,200 during the polemic. I don't want a stimulus check. I want the government to stop taking money out of my paycheck. I only want the government to start taking money from my paycheck when I have so much money that my bank account's fat. Not when I'm struggling fucking paycheck to paycheck and I have to drain my bank account, if I can even afford to drain my bank account to pay taxes. Like that's a great setup. There's a lot of people in that situation. Self-employed people are, consistently fucked when it comes to taxes, and that never gets addressed. It's just like, oh, even though the whole world is moving to like more people are going to be self-employed than ever, no move to ever address how badly we get fucked. Who cares, right? Who cares? Here's this story, sad story you guys can watch, and then we'll stand and clap for 10 minutes. King don't want to pay that YouTube tax. Well, it's not a YouTube tax. It's a government tax. It's an IRS tax. And I've paid a lot in fucking taxes. Like, I essentially every year empty my bank account to pay taxes if I even have the money to do it. There have been years where money has been so low that it's like rain check, dude. Like,
And
what do you
Redonk
expect me to
super
do?
chatted $5. Feel better, bud.
Yeah, I feel fine, buddy. Thank you, Redonk. I feel fine. I just disappointed in Trump. I'm disappointed. You know, there's a lot of people that are all rah, 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 rah. That's great. Like, I understand that during election time, like Kamala was terrible. Yeah, let's be rah, rah, rah for Trump because we need to get him elected to avoid an even worse situation. But now that he's there, I actually want to see him deliver. And it seems like the amount of delivering he's doing is very minuscule. It's better than what we would have got with Kamala, yes, but we need so much more. Like, I don't know. If he gets the SAVE Act through and we actually fix elections, that'll be big. That'll be big, but I don't think that's going to be big enough to win the midterms. He's really got to make people's lives better. And he's got to make people's lives better in a way that's you cannot debate it and be like, this is clearly Trump making my life better. And then maybe people and then sell people, which they never do, sell people on all the amazing things you will do for them if you can hold a Republican majority. You know? Sell people on it. You're a salesman, fucking do it. Ping stinks like the product of a divorced mother's home. I am the Buddha. Why are you such a negative Nancy? I see you in here every time I see you commenting. You're just so negative, dude. What's your deal? Cheer up, bro. Budgets are gay when we could be saving so much more of our money instead of getting fucked by the Fed. You're asking for everything now, Ping. You're not being realistic. Mikey's Bago, you realize there's a few months left. And if the midterms aren't won, nothing's going to get done. That's basically the end. He's a lame duck. So you're thinking, oh, we have 2 years. No, we don't. If he doesn't win the midterms, that's it. He ain't doing shit from there, dude. And it don't look like he's going to win it. So we can pretend everything's great, right? I can say, yeah, it's great that border crossings are down. It's great that we're doing this. It's great that we're doing that. But we need so much more. The number one thing we need is a solution to the cost of living crisis. Kamala would have been a disaster, and imagine Vice President Waltz. Yeah, yeah, no shit, dude. This is why we voted for Trump, because the alternative was that much worse. And you know, Trump, he does a good job of, like, when he's running, speaking to a lot of issues that people have and speaking about them in an honest way. But then when he becomes president, he might still hint at it, like he's done with, getting rid of income tax. But then it's like, I just don't feel like he's actually going to do it. It's just like, he's just saying shit that he feels people want to hear. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Rogan had Brewer on today. That was fun. I watched a little bit of it. I got to finish watching it later. I love me Brewer.
My question. Does anyone really believe he was in a jail cell? Because I know if I had the guy that can unravel entire government dynasties and take down an entire system, the last thing, dude, he's somewhere about 3 miles underground with maybe a ball in his mouth with electric rods in him.
Or he's in Israel sipping Mai Tais.
Correct. Either place, it's like...
Yeah, you're positive I am the Buddha. You're like the guy when the plane's crashing. You're like, oh, it's great, guys. Everything's fine. Yeah, the pilot's passed out. Don't even worry about trying to find somebody who could fly the plane. Just, everything's great. Don't complain. Don't be negative. It's like, I think the way I like to do things, I like to hold people accountable. I don't like to just be a fucking cheerleader and like, oh, everything Trump does is so amazing. It's like, no. Give me what I fucking want, bitch. Give me what I want. And if he does, I mean, this is how most people see the world. Most people aren't going to show up to vote during the midterms for Trump or Republican candidates just because Trump, said a bunch of good emotional shit. And no, people want to hear solutions to their problems and how you're going to do it and that you are working on it and you're taking it seriously. They don't want to hear everything's great. It's a golden age as they're sitting there going, fuck, how am I going to make it to the end of the year?
That video you said, it you sent this on a runaround. We're going to ask you one more time, or then we're going to laser off your nipples. I'm telling you right now. We need
I doubt they're doing that to him.
So it's he's either in Israel, like you said.
If they had that, they would just get rid of his body.
It seems like more people are jumping on the idea that Epstein might be alive.
You saw the picture of the so-called that was him in Israel.
I think that's AI.
I think it's AI too. That's a scary thing with AI.
I think it even had a little AI watermark on it.
Oh, I forgot. They got the counter State of the Union, right? Let me find that. Those are always fun. Let's see what the Democrats have to say. Here we go. Democrat response.
Speak to you as we reflect on the current state of our union. Tonight, as we watched our nation's lawmakers gather for a joint session of Congress, we did not hear the truth from our president. So let's speak plainly and honestly. And let me ask you, the American people watching at home, 3 questions. Is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? Is the president working to keep Americans safe both at home and abroad?
The Democrats know exactly what Democrats know what I'm saying. They're gonna focus on the fucking cost of living, and then they're gonna promise free shit. So we don't get the solutions that actually solve the problem. We'll just get these little Band-Aid solutions that retards fall for.
Working for you. As I campaigned for governor last year, I traveled to every corner of Virginia. And I heard the same pressing concern everywhere. Costs are too high in housing, healthcare, energy, and childcare. And I know these same conversations are being had all across this country. Because since this president took office last year, his reckless trade policies have forced American families to pay more than $1,700 each in tariff costs. Small businesses have suffered, farmers have suffered, some losing entire markets. Everyday Americans are paying the price. And even though the Supreme Court struck these tariffs down 4 days ago, the damage to us, the American people, has already been done. Meanwhile, the president is planning for new tariffs, another massive tax hike on you and your family. And Republicans in Congress? They remain unwilling to assert their constitutional authority to stop him. They're making your life harder. They're making your life more expensive. They're even making it more difficult to see a doctor. Rural health clinics in Virginia and across the country are already closing their doors thanks to the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, championed by the president and Republicans in Congress. And tonight, the president celebrated this law, the one threatening rural hospitals, stripping health care from millions of Americans and driving up costs in energy and housing, all while cutting food programs for hungry kids. But here in Virginia, I am working with our state legislature to lower costs and make the Commonwealth more affordable. And it's not just me. Democrats across the country are laser focused on affordability in our nation's capital and in state capitals and communities across America. In the most innovative and exceptional nation in the history of the world, Americans deserve to know that their leaders are focused on addressing the problems that keep them up at night. Problems that dictate where you live, whether you can afford to start a business or whether you have to skip a prescription in order to buy groceries. So I'll ask again, is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? We all know the answer is no. I grew up in a house of service. My mother was a nurse and my father was a career.
See, it's cute to you guys, right? Because they're not going to actually fix anything, right? We know they're just going to make it worse. But they're smart enough to actually be addressing the things that people care about right now. And Trump left them the perfect opportunity to fucking grift. That's the thing, like when people are suffering and you're not addressing it, it just leaves the door open to the other side to jump on that, whether they're just grifting and lying about it. This is a W for them.
Law enforcement officer. I began my career by following in my father's footsteps.
To the average American, what they hear from Trump is, you don't have a problem. Everything's fine. This is a golden age. It's great. And they're like, everything is terrible. What are you talking about? And then the Democrats come on and they actually address the actual problem that the person at home has. Even though, smart people will know they're part of the fucking problem. They're the
as a federal
reason
agent
for the problem.
working money laundering and narcotics cases. I work side by side with local and state police to keep our community safe and to uphold and enforce the law. Law enforcement officers across the country know that it is a unique responsibility to do the serious work of investigating crimes, comforting victims, and making arrests. It's about building trust, and that requires an abiding sense of duty and commitment to community.
Yeah, they're hypocrites. They're terrible, but they're so much better at politics than Republicans are. That's why they can be so fucking terrible and still win, because they're better at politics.
And yet, our president has sent poorly trained federal agents into our cities, where they have arrested and detained American citizens and people who aspire to be Americans. And they have done it without a warrant. They have ripped nursing mothers away from their babies. They have sent children, a little boy in a blue bunny hat, children to far-off detention centers, and they have killed American citizens in our streets. And they have done it all with their faces masked from accountability. Every minute spent sowing fear is a minute not spent investigating murders, crimes against children, or the criminals defrauding seniors of their life savings. Our president told us tonight that we are safer because these agents arrest mothers and detain children. Think about that. Our broken immigration system is something to be fixed, not an excuse for unaccountable agents to terrorize our communities. After working in law enforcement, I continued my career of service as a CIA officer, working undercover to protect the United States and our allies from global threats, terrorism, nuclear weapons, and the aggression of adversarial nations around the globe. But as the president spoke of his perceived successes tonight, he continues to cede economic power and technological strength to Russia, bow down to China, bow down to a Russian dictator, and make plans for war with Iran. Here's the truth. Over the last year, through DOGE, mass firings, and the appointment of deeply unserious people to our nation's most serious positions, our president has endangered the long and storied history of the United States.
At Jove8577 super chatted $2. Democrats look like actual clowns tonight.
Yeah, during they looked really, during the fucking speech, yeah. During Trump's State of the Union, they had so many moments where it was embarrassing. But I think this is smart politically, because I think they're seeing the kind of hole here where Trump is kind of glossing over how the economy still sucks for the average American. And they're kind of hammering that, even though their solutions are not actual solutions. It doesn't matter, though. They just lie. Doesn't matter. And people will fall for it.
Of America being a force for good. So I'll ask again, is the president working to keep Americans safe, both at home and abroad? We all know the answer is no.
No, I say yes to that.
In his speech tonight, the president did what he always does. He lied, he scapegoated, and he distracted. And he offered no real solutions to our nation's pressing challenges, so many of which he is actively making worse. He tries to divide us. He tries to enrage us, to pit us against one another, neighbor against neighbor. And sometimes he succeeds. And so you have to ask, who benefits from his rhetoric, his policies, his actions, the short list of laws he's pushed through this Republican Congress? Somebody must be benefiting. He's enriching himself, his family, his friends. The scale of the corruption is unprecedented. There's the cover-up of the Epstein files, the crypto scams, cozying up to foreign princes for airplanes and billionaires for ballrooms, putting his name and face on buildings all over our nation's capital. This is not what our founders envisioned, not by a long shot. So I'll ask again, is the president working for you? We all know the answer is no. But here's the special thing about America. On our 250th anniversary, we know better than any nation what is possible when ordinary citizens, like those who once dreamed right here in this room, reject the unacceptable and demand more of their government. We see it in the determination of students organizing school walkouts all across the country, whose voices are becoming so powerful that the governor of Texas seeks to silence them. We see it in the bravery of Americans in Minnesota standing up for their communities, from peacefully protesting in sub-zero temperatures to carpooling children to school so that their immigrant parents are not ripped away from them in the parking lot. As a mother of 3 school-aged daughters, I am inspired by their bravery, but I am sickened that it is necessary. And Americans across the country are taking action. They are going to the ballot box to reject this chaos. With their votes, they are writing a new story, a more hopeful story. In November, I won my election by 15 points. And we won 13 new seats in our state legislature. Because voters decided they wanted something different. Our campaign earned votes from Democrats, Republicans, independents, and everyone in between.
Yeah, they did a bunch of fucking commie shit already, like immediately. But it doesn't matter. She's gonna grift off of the cost of living crisis, and a bunch of idiots are gonna fall for it. And they'll probably promise some shit like, remember Kamala was promising to give people like $25,000 for a down payment for a house or some shit. They're just gonna promise free money for some, and then they probably won't even do it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd like to see like a real problem solver get out there and like really focus on solving problems. Like if you have a car that's got a bunch of mechanical issues, like you really want someone that knows how to go in there and go, oh, this is the problem and this is the fix. Like that's what I want. Just a problem solver, just a fixer, dude. Less politics, more fixing things. And, things are at a point where, like, if you improve people's lives, you don't have to play politics. If, like, you come in as a president and in a year or two, people's lives are dramatically better, all of a sudden they have money left over when they didn't, their little paycheck that they get every month is, like, going further in a way that's, like, indisputable. Do you even need to play politics at that point? Or just point out like, hey, hasn't life gotten better? Do you want to keep it this way? But no. I don't know. But yeah, Rogan and Brewer had an episode today. People not really believing the whole Epstein files, not believing that Epstein's actually dead. A lot of people are really starting to believe Epstein's alive. And that is definitely a possibility. It definitely is. Now, I don't know what this lady is doing to this cat, but I have a feeling like this lady's doing something to this cat. This is something's wrong with this cat.
Sushi comigo. Ó, gente, veio o hashi pra pegar o sushi, né? A gente também viu os molhos, né? O shoyu, que se pronuncia, né? Não sei. Né, gente? Vou começar abrindo o primeiro molho, que eu vou chamar de molho, né, gente? Tem um cheiro bem diferente mesmo, Caco.
Something's wrong with this cat, dude. I don't know if she's got her hand up his butt or something. I'm worried about this cat.
Enfim, né? Ah, gente, não é tão difícil de pegar no palito. Peguei! Cara, Peguei, gente! Tô chique, caraca!
Holy shit, the cat just tried to bite her in the... Maybe the cat's got rabies, dude. The cat just tried to bite her in the face.
Peguei! Cara, peguei, gente! Tô chique, cara!
Oh, bro, this is a Pet Cemetery cat. That's what it is, dude. This cat is straight up... This is a dead cat that they buried at Pet Cemetery, and now it's back to life. It's the only explanation I have for this. This cat is walking dead.
Caraca! Consegui pegar na primeira vez comendo no palito, gente. Amei. Gente, eu vou molhar no molho. Eu vou comer primeiro o fritinho. Opiniões agora.
I need the backstory to this cat. I need to know how this cat ended up this way. I've never seen a cat look like this. Is it maybe like what's the shit they give the catnip? Is it catnip or something? Is he strung out on the catnip?
Agora então, gente, dá pra comer até, porque a parte frita ainda dá pra aguentar. O problema é a parte crua. Mas dá pra aguentar pra comer, gente, esse daqui. Agora vamos ver os totalmente crus. Gente, eu tô bem curiosa pra esse aqui.
What is she speaking Portuguese?
O azul, o branco. Então vamos lá. Vamos lá. A gente tem que ser inteiro que se...
It's kind of terrifying, dude. Like, if that was my cat, I'd be kind of... Like, if I was that close to it and it was looking at me like that and it takes bites at you, I'd be a little terrified.
Comer por parte diz que você não aguenta comer. Isso não dá, gente. Gente, esse daqui eu não aguentei comer, de verdade. Totalmente cru, então eu não aguentei, gente. Gente, o próximo que eu vou comer vai ser esse daqui. E eu vou comer sem o molho, porque o molho é um com salmão em cima, eu acho. Porque o molho muito salgado eu não tô conseguindo comer, gente. Caco!
Well, you're putting it right in front of his face, dumbass. What do you think? You can't put some food in front of an animal's face and not expect him to go for it. That's a you problem. That cat don't like you. That cat does not like you, lady. It might be time. I'd give the cat to somebody the cat likes. Because I don't think you're a good match.
Tem o que eu comi, o outro e o branco que eu não consegui comer, gente.
I'll tell you, this cat is straight up from Pet Cemetery, dude.
Nenhum. Mas e você? Você gosta de sushi?
The cat's got 0.5 lives left.
Se sim, qual é o seu favorito?
Dude, I don't know. We need to send the cat police. Send the cat police in there. Figure out what's going on. I don't know. I feel I'm a little sussed out. I don't know. Does this bother you guys? Because I don't think I would care, to be honest, if I got a sandwich like this. I'd be like, oh, thanks for the sandwich.
Boom. Top. You made my shit like that.
And that's freaking you out.
You damn right that's freaking me out. Why is my bread in a 69? When you make a sandwich, you take 2 pieces of bread out, you open them up like a book, you put what you want on the sandwich, and then you close them like a book.
This is true. I always do that. I always match them. But, I mean, dude, sometimes you just gotta take what you can get. At least you got a woman that's making a sandwich. I do get it, though. It's like, why would you not match them? You know, why would you... Doesn't make sense.
Sandwiches are supposed to have some level of symmetry. What are you doing and why don't you love me? This is grounds to get out of my house. This relationship is over. I will never trust you if you make me a sandwich and my breads are not equal, even. Top, bottom.
I don't know if that's Xanax, bro. It might be worse.
At Jove8577 super chatted $2. Cat got into her Xanax.
It's possible, man, but that looked like something other than Xanax. The cat looked like it was dead, bro. It looked like it was walking dead, essentially. Have you seen Pet Cemetery? Where they go, you can bury your pet in the pet cemetery and it comes back to life? Like, that's what's going on here.
Bro, get rid of her.
I mean, look, what if it's a good woman in every way, except she just doesn't know how to make a sandwich? You know? Yeah, Trump is currently polling as the least favored politician to have held office in American history. Over the past year, and several others have made efforts to alert the Trump administration and the American public, only to have their warnings ignored, derided, and branded as panicans by Trump and MAGA supporters. Let's see how he's doing.
But talked about what is driving this drop for the president.
What is driving this drop? I said record was the name of the game when it came to this segment, right? Talking about the lowest Trump has ever been going into the State of the Union, the lowest that any president has been this century going into a State of the Union at this point in their presidency. It is also the weakest that Donald Trump has ever been with independents. Look at this drop.
Dude. You still positive? You know, I'm negative because I would like actually to see Trump fucking actually lock it down in the midterms and actually have a larger Republican majority and actually get things done that he's talked about doing that I like actually cutting income tax from like people earning under 150K. SAVE Act. You know, there's a lot of shit that Trump's talked about doing that like I really want to see done. So that's why I'm negative, because that shit's not going to get done when we're about to get our asses handed to us in the midterms. But let's be real positive, guys.
We've been talking about it the past few months. At this point, a year ago, Donald Trump was at minus 13 points. Look at this, minus 47 points among independents, the lowest Donald Trump has ever been in either of his 2 terms as president with independents. That is driving these numbers when you're 47.
I wonder how much of that is just from the Epstein files. I wonder.
Points underwater with independents. That's the name of the game.
Guys, if you're enjoying the show, we almost got to 100, so it'd be appreciated if you haven't hit the thumbs up yet. Also, you could share this out. That'd be nice because YouTube does not really share it. And I don't know. Lately, my last episode got demonetized. I've noticed a trend when one episode gets demonetized, the next one doesn't go out the same way. And then nobody cares about the State of the Union, you know, or me for that matter. So yeah, share this out if you'd like. And links in the description if you want to support the show. It helps keep us around. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around doing a show, to be honest, this year. I'm going to try to keep it going, but if views keep dropping the way they are, this show might be dead pretty soon.
Can't be above water.
Thank you, MFG, for the 10 gifted. Right on time, brother. I love you. Saving the show from potential ruin. Thank you, MFG. You rock, brother. Who got it? There's always people that it looks like some regulars are getting it. Mikey's Bago. That's good. Vegeta Saya McCannon. Garth Brooks. Yeah, regulars are getting it this time. It's so rare that like regulars actually get it. It usually goes to just like randoms that I don't recognize their names, which is fine, you know. I'm just saying. It's supposed to like reward the most diehard watchers. That's the way it should work. So yeah, welcome. Say thank you to MFG, the motherfucking G.
Overall, and that's why Donald Trump is near record lows overall and the lowest he's ever been going into a State of the Union address.
Quite a message on the eve of this big moment. Thank you, Harry.
Thank you.
John?
Those numbers with independents just eye-popping there. All right, new.
So yeah, that negative 47, that's an insane drop. And I would imagine that's mostly just from the Epstein files. I don't know. I know people don't like when he gaslights about how great the economy is too. People really hate that because it's like you're being told everything's great when it's absolutely not great. But that can be an independent thing because some people are doing well. You know, like if all of a sudden I became a millionaire as soon as Trump came in, even if it had nothing to do with Trump, I'd be like, hey, everything's great. Everything's great. But yeah, it's really not though. Yay, me, thanks. Yeah, Mikey's Bago. Damn, they just keep going, don't they? Let's see, is that the last one? Thank you, MFG. You rock, brother. Yeah, okay. I think that was the last one. Yeah, say thank you to MFG, man. He's the guy. Let's see, breaking. Federal and local authorities have arrested the suspect accused of attempting to carry out an arson terror attack on the DHS ICE office in Idaho. When was Trump's support the highest? When he had Doge at the very beginning, when it seemed like, oh, this is a different Trump. He's really going to go for it this time. And then by the end of the year, it was like, oh, God, we fell for it again. Bring back Doge. Bring back Doge. That might be the move.
As most of you know, late Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, Canyon County paramedics had an ambulance stolen from St. Luke's Meridian.
Yeah, MFG, that is wild. Because MFG still doesn't have a membership, but he's gifted probably like, I don't know, unaccountable amounts of memberships he's gifted, but he still doesn't have a membership. You would think it would gift the first one to you, right?
The suspect took that ambulance and drove it into the Portico North building, where they had also staged cans of gasoline and poured gasoline inside of the ambulance as well as on the floor outside of the ambulance in what we believe was an attempt to burn the building. Well, today I'm glad to announce that we have made an arrest of Sarah Elizabeth George, a 43-year-old female of Boise, Idaho.
At Freeman 3 super chatted $20. Crowder is showing Pelosi on CNN right now. Step it up, homie.
Oh, well, I'm not Crowder or Timcast, you know. Is Crowder on YouTube showing Pelosi on CNN? You got to be careful with some of that shit because they do hit people every now and then. All right, let's see what Pelosi has to say. I mean, everybody was dropping off, so I'm like, okay, everybody don't want to hear about the State of the Union. Everybody's dropping off. I guess there's just too much competition. Everybody's watching Crowder or one of these other fucking shows. You said CNN? Let me pull it up. I mean, you guys really want to hear what Nancy fucking Pelosi has to say? Yeah, and it's probably on CNN. Like, I don't have the ability to fucking pull up live television. He's probably got a system where he's watching actual CNN on the TV and then capturing that and running that into his OBS or whatever. I don't have that. So, you know, I don't have the numbers and money of a fucking, or the professional team of a Steven Crowder. Because, yeah, I don't, let me see. CNN, are they live? 14 minutes ago? Yeah, it must be the CNN, like, you know, the channel on TV. I don't have that. Sorry, guys. We'll have to get back into this crazy lady who rammed her car through an ice building.
The Meridian Police Department, along with the local Federal Bureau of Investigation, the local Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, served an arrest warrant on George and executed a search warrant at George's residence earlier this evening. Agents and detectives are currently processing the scene at the residence now, collecting evidence. These investigators standing here are responsible for this timely arrest. And the first thing I would like to point out is the men and women of the Meridian Police Department and the men and women.
I can't find it on YouTube, man.
Of alcohol, tobacco, and firearms in the FBI did an amazing job.
If it's normal television, I can't bring that in, dude.
Over the last 5 days, working long hours, working diligently to positively identify Miss George and bring her into custody. Really, it was good old-fashioned police work that got us to where we were at tonight.
See, they're still getting crazy. Is Meridian? Yeah, usual suspects, man. Usual suspects. When are we gonna start? You know how like people have this stereotype where like if they see like a black gangster walking down the street, you know, sagging his pants, like people get scared. Like, oh, this guy might rob me or kill me or something. When are we gonna start doing that with women that look like this? Because I think at this point, I think women that look like this are more of a danger than the black youths. Dude, this was pretty wild. I added this one. Eric Weinstein. This is pretty blackpilling, I think.
To the average person, I would say get your board in the water and prepare to paddle like all get out.
He's been saying stuff like this for a while. Almost like the world's going to end at any moment.
The tsunami of a lifetime is coming, and nothing your elders have seen is going to prepare. There's no good advice to give that's specific. Let's put it this way. One of the things when people tell me about their moving from one city to another, I have a phrase that nobody likes, which is every place is over. Oh, I'm moving to Austin. Yeah, it's over. Miami, it's over. Nashville, over. You know, all these places are over. And every occupation that is named is over. I'm going to be a dentist, radiologist, accountant, teacher. These are all over.
I like how you're giving people so much hope. So much hope. Things are going to be great, huh? It's over.
Whatever's coming, get flexible. Get good. Get good on a bunch of different stuff. Learn how to think across disciplines. I have no idea what's going to be left for us. But you know, somebody's going to come out on top. And I hate to tell people that you should try to come out on top. I don't think it's healthy to have everyone trying to be world class. I think you should be able to just have a life.
You know what's getting crazy is I'm seeing all these what are they called, claw bots or whatever? Open Claw? Claude is another one, or I don't know if I'm just learning about it, but these people are getting these like AI agents that live on their computer, and you can just have it do all kinds of work for you. Like it'll literally is like an assistant just working for you 24/7.
8577 super chatted $2. Ping, you are the GOAT.
Well, thank you. Joe F, thank you, brother. I was wondering what that name sounded like. He said Jof. He didn't. The robot voice didn't know how to manage that. Thank you, Jof. Thank you, Joe F. I mean, that might be the next step, you know, like who gets good at these AI agents, and then like you could have an army of AI agents working for you to achieve whatever goals you want. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. It is kind of tempting because I'm like, man, if I don't start doing that, I'm going to get left behind. Because I'm just like, I'm going to be so inefficient compared to these guys that have like AI agents just doing everything for them 24/7. Like personal assistants. You know, making appointments, creating content, writing scripts, like anything and everything. You just tell it what you want and it goes to work. It could create a whole fucking business for you, and you don't have to do nothing but just say create business. You could even tell, like, find me a good business idea and create it. I want to make like at least 1,000 within like 6 months or something, and then boom, it goes to work. The world is changing, man. The world is changing. I think the problem is like once everybody starts trying to do it, it's gonna like be like a gridlock there, isn't there? It's gonna be like tons of people just doing the same shit. That's the thing with AI, is it just gets repetitive. Like, I don't know, like we're gonna lose a bit of humanity again. I don't know. I try not to be black-pilled about the future. The reality is, it's a fucking mystery as to how things are gonna play out from here. Who knows?
I have a golden retriever. I don't know that it's the greatest golden retriever in the world. Sometimes,
yeah, boo AI slop, boo, right? And then when I go on YouTube, there's so much AI slop getting tons of views. It's like, okay. So if people are starting to make money making AI slop, and then they get rewarded in the algorithm making AI slop, what do you think's going to happen? We're going to get more AI slop. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the algorithm or the people, whoever keeps clicking on this shit.
Chatted $4.99, shows good. Hope you keep making it. And I is sketchy.
Yeah, I enjoy it, man, but then when I have like the last couple episodes where like the last one I couldn't even hit 100 concurrent, when I'm used to getting like at least 150 to 200, and then I don't see any more episodes that go out, because I used to occasionally have episodes that would go out and hit 300 or 400. That never happens anymore. It just seems like a slow drip to where YouTube is just killing it. It's like, okay, well, eventually if it gets so small that like I got to rely on like 5 people to support the show, so the show makes money, that just it starts to feel like, I don't know, man. I mean, I enjoy the show. I'm probably going to keep doing it, but I mean, the reality is a lot of it's out of my hands. And YouTube has a hard-on for fucking this channel over, and that's not going away anytime soon. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just frustrating. Very frustrating. Also because when did I put it out? When did I put that video out? Fucking Friday morning, I put a video on demand that actually did well. I got like 15,000 views, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for my channel these days, it did pretty well. And in the past, when that would happen, that would pull more people into my live streams. But yet when I go live, I'm having less views. When I have a video doing well, it just doesn't make sense. Maybe I gotta fuck with the thumbnails again, dude. I'm not playing the clickbait thumbnail game enough. But then that gets old. It gets old always having to have some clickbait title, thumbnail angle to get people to click. It's like, I just want people that like the show to click. But then if I do that, then the show doesn't go out. And then the audience shrinks. And it's like a business losing customers, not gaining customers. How long can you keep that up?
Yefa-67 super chatted $10. Keep doing the show, ping. You still have your loyal supporters.
Yeah, I appreciate it, El Jefe. You're obviously the biggest supporter of the show, but it's not fair to have like 1 or 2 people do all the supporting. You know what I mean? I start to feel bad for you guys because it's like, who can afford that? You know, I don't want to put it all on a like, tiny amount of people's
brother,
hands.
never give up.
Yeah, adapt and improvise. Yeah, start a new channel, move it to a new channel, and hope I'm not shadow banned over there, and I get some reach. I don't know, but I'm close to, I forgot when I started doing this regularly, but it's almost a year. It feels like, and I haven't seen any growth. In fact, I've seen the opposite of growth. So it's like, I don't know. At a certain point, you go, the writing's on the wall. Show's just not growing. It's just now it's growing even less and getting smaller. And I lose thousands of subscribers 1,000 usually roughly every month doing this show. And you get to the point where you're like, I would hope I would see some incremental growth. And then that would be like, okay, I can keep, but then when you don't see that and you see the opposite, you start to go, okay, well, how long can I keep this up? How long can I keep this up? And the only reason I'm keeping it up is because you guys support as much as you do. But again, it's you know, like if 2 of the supporters of this show dropped out, like that would be it. The show probably wouldn't make any money, or it'd make so little money it wouldn't be worth it. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't have any plans right now to stop doing the show, but I would like to see some fucking growth. Some sort of positive movement, and it just seems like, I don't know if I'm too fucking abrasive. My opinions piss too many people off. I don't know what it is, but it seems like whenever I do get some reach, it's like a tiny percentage of people actually enjoy the show. And then now it's like very little reach, and it's like, I can just see there's a possibility for things to get really bad here soon. If you see in the next couple weeks I'm only doing 80 fucking viewers a show, that's going to be a good sign to you. If I get back up to like 150, 200, and it feels like I'm moving forward again, then I'll feel better. But yeah, it's not fun when you see the numbers dropping.
At Jove8577 super chatted $2. Rogan edits. Give the people what they want.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm working on one that's not a Rogan edit. The one with Brewer, I like editing Brewer, but is it worth all the work anymore? You got AI now. No one appreciates it. They all just think it's fucking AI. The algorithm treats it like AI. I have to mark it as if it's AI, even though it's not. Well, sometimes I use AI for effects, but it's 99% editing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like that kind of ship just sank on its own. Like I kept making videos, I kept making them, and they just stopped really going out to people. So it's like, again, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then it's like, can I commit 2 weeks to make something that might not get, even 20,000 views? Like the video I put out on Friday, that took me like an hour or 2 to make. And that got the same amount of views I would have got from a Rogan edit. So it's like, okay. I don't know, man. I feel y'all, like, I understand you guys want that, but there's also a reality behind creating content like that that's inescapable. Okay? Very time consuming, and people need to be able to put food on the table. And when you just, spend a lot of time making something and then it just doesn't get out there, it's very demotivating. And it very, very much affects my ability to be creative. When I put a bunch of work into something and put it out, and then it just doesn't go out. That's very mentally draining and not inducive of being creative. Why when the videos were doing well, I was very motivated to keep creating them. And then as soon as they stopped doing well, the creative motivation is very hard to muster when you don't even know if the people who want to see the video are even going to fucking get it, you know? Make videos on the joy of communism. Yeah, I'm sure that'll do well. Is the time slot the problem? I like it late night. I don't know if the time slot's the problem. I remember doing them at different times and they seemed to get less views. It seemed people got used to the 9 o'clock time slot. So I seem to do more views around the 9 o'clock time slot. But I don't know. I think if I moved it to a different time, it might be a totally different audience. Because everybody's so used to it being at 9 o'clock, like that'd be almost like a different show. Because the people that are here at 9 might be at work and then, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of locked in at 9 for now. I don't know if the time slot's it, dude. I think it's YouTube, bro. I think it's YouTube. I think I skirt too many lines that they don't like. I say too many things that they don't like. The show can be kind of edgy. And every time I have something do well, YouTube comes in and demonetizes it. So there's a certain trend here. There's a certain trend. Like the last live stream I had that did well. Which one was it? Let me pull it up so I can remember. So I'm actually speaking what happened here. My memory's a little fuzzy. What was the last one? Yeah. He's alive. Yeah, okay. I did one about Epstein. That one started actually doing well and actually started getting views. Everything was positive about the analytics, and then they demonetized it, and then it died. Yesterday's episode also demonetized. That episode wasn't even doing well. I don't know what I did that got it demonetized yesterday. Maybe it was just talking about the cartel too much and playing footage from Mexico. You know, the cartel footage of them like burning the shit down. I'm sure there were other things I did as well. Who knows? I don't know, man. But the algorithm game is a real bitch to play around with. It's not the edgy, to be honest. Okay, well, I think it's a leftover from. It definitely is the edgy to some degree, right? Because the problem started with the edgy comedy. It was the supercuts when the problem started happening. And I do the show, and I try to do the show as unfiltered as possible without getting in trouble. And I think there's I don't know, dude. I can't. It sucks to speculate about this shit because you don't know. You're just in the dark, going, what is going on? And then you don't get to see behind the scenes. And you actually get gaslit by YouTube. Ping, train AI on your channel and make it make Pink Trip style edits. That wouldn't be a bad idea if it could do it.
Super chatted $5. That Rogan boost is gone.
Oh, the Rogan boost was funny because I did get a Rogan boost the last time. Every time Rogan shouted me out, it sends a bunch of people to my channel. Right? So like there is a kind of a boost to where like my views go up on all of my videos. It goes up. But what was really weird was I had a video ready to go. So when Rogan shouted me out, I think that day or the next day I put out a supercut that didn't really get much traction. So that to me was weird. Like, so you sent all these new people to my channel, but then the thing that they came to, like, that's always been the disconnect there. Is like I could get, like I did in the summer of 2020, like 160,000. I went from like 60,000 subscribers to 200,000 something really quickly over like the summer. And then my views started going down. It made no sense. I applied for that 100,000 shit. I applied for the check mark. And with nearly 3 times the subscribers I had months ago, I was getting less views than what I would get 3 months. It's just like, And 2020 was a weird time. I know more people had time to watch content. There was more people on YouTube because of the pandemic and the lockdowns and shit. But yeah. I don't know, man. It's too much speculation. That's the problem. It's a problem. It's all speculation. You don't know. You don't know. You know, I mean, you can see the analytics, and the analytics have always been pretty much the same. You know, the average watch time, the click-through rates, they didn't change much. You know, between video to video, like some videos might be like a 14% click-through rate, and some videos might be 11%, but it's not like, you know, it was all of a sudden nobody was clicking on it. They're all fucking were clicked on very heavily in a manner that a popular video would be clicked on. And then people watched 70+% of the edits, but yet some reason it just became impossible to get it in the algorithm when I put them out. It would go to like a tiny amount of subscribers and then just die. So that was the trend. I mean, the trend for the long time, that even when it wasn't good, it would go kind of go out weekly, but then a couple days later it would get picked up and then get pushed out. And then it became where it would just go out weekly and it wouldn't even get pushed out a couple days later. So that just is what it is, you know? It is what it is. YouTube has destroyed a lot of channels with their algorithm changes, or who knows. I think with me, I think it's labels they put on my channel behind the scenes. Kind of like not family friendly, you know, language, sexual content, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of tags that make it go, you know, this is better for a small audience. But again, I'm just speculating. I don't fucking know what YouTube's doing back there. You got to network with other people's audiences. I found that to be entirely useless, folks. Worse than useless. A complete waste of time.
Jove8577 super chatted $2. The algo giveth and the algo taketh away.
Yep, that's true. That's true. It's hard to complain when it was the algorithm that brought everybody in the first place. But yeah, I mean, that is a theory too. Like when you have a new channel, like you get some momentum and it's not gonna last forever. Like some people keep it lasting for a long time, but like eventually the algorithm's just not gonna share you anymore. It's gonna move on to other things. And that's just the way it is. That's why people start so many channels. Like people, like every couple of years, you should probably just start a new channel. But then my fear is like, there is no guarantee with starting a channel. I think when it comes to starting another channel, you need one channel really doing well. And then with that one channel doing well, you can kind of siphon more people over to a second channel. And then that will give that other channel a start to where the algorithm will share it. But I'm at a point where this channel's so dead, I don't even think I could kick off another channel. I'd have to be completely reliant on the algorithm. And that's not fun. Don't start so many channels. Well, I've always focused on this channel. I have a second channel, but I've mostly focused on this one. Finally dropped the ball. Finally dropped it. No, it's not doing well. Oh, God. Don't start so many channels. Well, I've thought about moving this to the second channel. I've thought about moving content over to the second channel, that maybe the clips and shit. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I have a long time ago, probably like 2018, 2019, I did some live streams on the second channel and it got like, I don't know, 20 to 30 live concurrent viewers, which was less than, you know, what I get here. But there's less baggage, man. A lot of baggage on this channel, I think, that holds it back. So it might be worth trying that at some point. It might be worth it. Who knows? I'll start spamming your channel name when I can. The Asmongold idea is actually really smart. Yeah, sharing helps, man. Sharing helps, but a lot of people have this idea that like okay, you get on Timcast, all of a sudden, you know, you're gonna get bigger numbers. It's like it doesn't really work that way. Everything is so fucking reliant on the algorithm. People are so locked into their For You feeds. They could enjoy a show with you on it. They're not gonna go follow you and find you. The only way they're going to catch your shit is if you show up on their feed, because people are just locked into their For You feeds. Very few people go beyond to actually search for anything. So, yeah, you don't get, I mean, if it's like a gigantic show, you know, you're talking like the biggest show in the world, yeah, you're obviously going to get something from it, but it's not what people think it is, you know? you're still very reliant on the algorithm. Like you see people who have been on Rogan 10, 20 fucking times, and then go look at their views and their shit. And you go, oh, he's been on Rogan 20 times. Why would it's because they're still relying on the fucking algorithm. The algorithm's God, man. My For You feed sucks. Yeah, mostly mine does too. Every now and then I get something good, but it's a lot of shit that's like, I'm getting a lot of AI bullshit. Because a lot of the videos I like, like documentary history shit, there's a lot of AI slop now doing that shit. And they're doing well. I guess people are clicking on it or they're falling asleep and it's auto playing it. I don't know. But a lot of AI slop is doing well, and it's taking views away from like legitimate creators. So, yeah, that's the future too. People might get to a point where they prefer AI creators, because AI creators will not have feelings. They won't have problems. The AI will just keep pumping out the content, and at a rate that regular people can't keep up with. And YouTube seems to like that. YouTube really rewards you for just never taking a moment off and just like hammering as much content out as possible. And yeah, AI is going to allow people to do that to another level like we've never seen before. And it's going to just drown out all the good content with just a bunch of bullshit. We'll see. Normies don't even know if it's AI. If so, don't care. Yeah, I mean, like my dad doesn't. My dad falls for it because they'll have good like thumbnail and titles. It'll be like, oh, the plague or something. Because my dad likes history shit. And he'll be like, yeah, I want to watch that one. And I'll be like, no, that's just AI slop, Dad. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. But it's pretty easy to see. It's not hard to tell. Once you for me, it's like they all use the same little snow filter. The little filter with all the like white specks. It's like they just copy paste, and spit out 100 videos a week.
Jove8577 super chatted $2. It takes sophistication to enjoy ping.
Well, I appreciate that, Joe. Yeah, maybe that's what it is, dude. Everybody's a bunch of retards. Yeah, I don't know, man. No, I mean, this is always the way it is, dude. In a situation like this where you're just doing a live stream and just being yourself, like, you're not going to pull off as many people as if you're doing a performance and you're playing a character or whatever. That's why these the burnt peanuts and shit are going to blow up, because they can have an audience. They don't have to be a real person. They just play their character. Probably, I mean, I don't know. I think that's going to be the next big thing. Going to be a bunch of people taking on some AI fucking avatar character. And yeah, that'll probably end up being a lot of what you see on YouTube pretty soon. All triple-digit IQ viewers in the chat. I believe it, El Jefe. I believe it. Have you considered looks maxing? I don't know, I think I'm too pretty already. I don't want to get any prettier. That gets scary, dude. That gets scary for y'all. I don't want to intimidate y'all with my beauty. Redban is on the biggest live podcast every week, but his channel yeah, Redban's another one. Redban's another one. But Redban, I don't think he's doing his show, like Redban's virtual show where he's like doing, I don't think he cares about pulling a big audience. I think he's just hanging out, doing what he finds fun, and then like people can join. I think if Redban really wanted to get his numbers up, everybody knows the game. Everybody knows the game. He knows it. The game is having fucking good clickbait fucking titles and thumbnails, capturing things people are interested in talking about. That's so much of the game. It's just like, okay, this thing just is going viral right now. That's what people are interested in. That's what they're going to click on. And just, I don't think he's not playing that game. He's just hanging out. Well, I'm kind of just hanging out, but I'm also talking about shit I'm interested in, talking about shit that's also culturally trending. I'm trying to play that game to an extent, but like in my own way,
At L_Yefa-67 super chatted $10. You're a legend, Ping.
Well, thank you, Jefe.
I
Thank
wouldn't
you, bro.
watch YouTube if you didn't stream. 100 likes.
Yeah, that's probably what I need to do too. I need to start multi-streaming. I need to just bite that bullet. I've been kind of lazy about setting it up, but that's probably what I need to do. But yeah, thank you, Jefe. Yeah, you need to send YouTube an email and tell them that. Hey, the only reason I'm on YouTube is because Ping Trip. I appreciate you, bro. You know, I do watch a lot of YouTube because it's, well, I was gonna say it's because it's free, but it's not. I actually pay for YouTube now. Whatever the monthly premium is, so I don't have to get ads. But yeah, thank you, Jefe. I appreciate you. Just have random sluts on and argue with them. Yeah, I mean that might work well. I gotta get like just hot sluts and have them show cleavage. Have them show cleavage, and then like make fun of them for being whores, and then boom, boom. You only get one shot. What is this, an Eminem movie? Like, even an Asmongold type character, he's got a lot of money, but he's got people who want to legitimately murder him too. Like, is it even worth it in the end? XQC had to move like 8 times. Well, yeah, it is when you can become big enough that you can afford like a gated community to protect yourself. When you're at a level where you're scraping by, because believe it or not, like, it's not just Asmongold level people that get death threats and hatred. Even people at my size will get death threats and people harassing you and trying to dox you, and you know. But yeah, it is worth it if you're making life-changing money. But it's rough when you're not. I forgot who said it, but somebody said like the worst thing that could happen to somebody is to be famous and broke. The worst thing that could ever happen. It is stressful, free speech. Enjoyer, that much exposure sounds so stressful. It is. Everybody likes to shit on people that are in that position and hate on them because everybody thinks it's easy. I could do that. Oh, what is he special? What makes him better than me? And it's like, a lot of people will crash out in that position. With that much attention, everybody's eyeballs on you, everybody picking apart every little detail about you, having to constantly read a bunch of fucking negative shit, people attacking you. Like, a lot of people can't handle that. And then, some people can, but it takes time to adjust and to kind of get past the noise, which I've done a pretty good job at. Like, it did bother me much more at the beginning because I'm a sensitive dude. And I care too much about what people think. But I've gotten to the point where I've learned to kind of not care so much and just do my thing. I care mostly about putting on a show that I feel good about. Like, the worst thing is when I do a show. Like, I love Toby. This is not a shot at Toby, but Saturday's show depressed the fuck out. I mean, I was all Sunday I was depressed over Saturday's show. Because I just felt like, in my head, the possibility for what the show could have been and what it turned out to be were a complete disconnect. Like, I thought we were going to have a lot of fun ripping on fucking Shia LaBeouf. And we barely talked about Shia. And it's like, I don't know. You have a vision in your head. It doesn't always work out. Shit, if someone doxed you, I'd wind up buying you pizza every day. Oh, bro, I would die if you bought me pizza every day. I bought a pizza the other day. When did I buy it? Friday, yeah. I got a pizza Friday. And I just felt so terrible after eating that pizza. I got to get back into a meat-based diet. That's how I looks max with pork chop maxing. But yeah, I got to get serious about my pork chop maxing. Pizza is just, yeah, man. I put on so much weight when I eat pizza, dude. It's just like, it's insane. That show was like, yikes. I'm sorry. It was all over the place. Yeah, I mean, it was just like, I wanted to have a fun show where we reacted to shit and made fun of things and had a laugh. And it ended up becoming, I don't know, just something else. And it was my choice to do that. I was like, Toby wants to go in this direction and he seems like he wants to talk about shit, so I was just going to let him go. But yeah. People were disappointed in the show, and then I was disappointed in it. It's my fault at the end of the day. I'm responsible. It's not Toby's fault. Toby came on and, he was on my show, so it's not his fault. But, you have a vision thing. So Toby's a funny fucking dude. I think Toby could do a show where he's just reacting like I do, just reacting to whatever the fuck and making fun of things, and he's a funny guy. So that's my vision for what I wanted the show to be, And it doesn't always work out. And then Fridays, I might not. I don't know. I think this week I'm gonna make an effort, a very strong effort, to do a show every day of this week. Okay. What is today? Tuesday. I've already done Monday and Tuesday, right? 23rd, 24th, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so all the way to the 1st of next month, I'm gonna make that effort to do 7 days this week. And we're going to see if that makes a difference. Because that's another thing is I didn't do as many shows this month. So that might be also what's hurting the total numbers, is me not doing enough shows because, YouTube hates it when you have days off. Although I think days off make me do better shows because I have more time to put the show together. There are days where it's like I'm not too excited to talk about the shit there. And then you give it another day of just capturing shit to talk about, and then boom, I have a full show that got a lot of fun shit to talk about, Whereas if I do it every day, and you'll see it this week, unless something comes up, I do have family obligations that can sometimes get in the way. What you'll see this week is me attempting to do a show every day of the week, even when there's nothing to talk about. So you'll have shows like this where I just sit here and complain about my life. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit here and complain about my life. I'd rather make fun of people. I'd rather make fun of things, Well, thank you guys for all the support. You guys saved it because when we got through the 2 hours of the State of the Union, I was like, oh, dude, another episode is not going to make any money. So thank you guys. Thank you for the new members, for the super chats. You guys rock. You saved the day. Start a Philip K. Dick book club. What am I going to do? Make content about Philip K. Dick? I can tell Ping hasn't signed some sell your soul Disney development deal. He needs to get on the lamb chop maxing. He's doing so well, I would be gutted for him to stop. Alex Stein is going through it. Well, yeah, Alex is another one that YouTube completely fucked over, in my opinion. And Alex was, doing things. I don't know. I don't know, man. Again, maybe people just didn't like his show, but it was weird. I thought his show should have did better. But I don't know, man. Again, I hate speculating because it seems like we're being fucked over, but I don't know. I can't prove it. We might all just suck. It's possible that we all just suck. But I know the supercuts I made throughout the years are legendary. I'm very proud of that work. I go back, I watch it, I still laugh my ass off. I understand why it's so great, why people love it so much. And that one, the live stream, I can wrap my head around. It's a acquired taste. But the super chats getting so much love and support, and then just not being able to reach the audience that loves and supports them, that was really a gut punch. And that, no doubt about it, YouTube played some games there. But again, speculation. Yeah, love you too, El Jefe. Thank you for the support, brother. Lamb chops play along. Lamb chops are too expensive. See, the reason why I pork chop max is because I can afford pork chops. If I could afford lamb chops, I would lamb chop max. I can't afford those every day. Clam chowder? What about clam chowder? I like clam chowder. Lamb chops play along. Clam chowder's good. Oh, even off my head, still caught it. I told you oh, fuck. I was about to brag about how I'm a baller and I never drop the ball, and then I drop it. All right, well, I guess we'll end the episode there, guys. I guess we'll end it there. As I fail. I dropped the ball in the fourth quarter and we just lost the game. I'm a meatloaf maxer myself. Meatloaf is pretty dope. But what's the carbs in meatloaf? I'm sure there's a low carb version, right? Well, crazy. We got 104 concurrent viewers with 104 likes. That's new. That's new. That tells me that YouTube is not sharing this out for some reason. Because you know how rare it is to have as many likes as actual concurrent viewers? Do you know how fucking rare that is? Weird, huh? Weird. Anyway, much love, everybody. What's this about pork chop? Pork chop tonight for dinner here? Okay, did you like the pork chops, Volps? See, it's not playing it, huh? I wonder if there's just a delay here. Yeah, come on now. I guess maybe I've been live for so long, the super chat thing don't work anymore. Try this one. Try that one. Yeah. It's not even showing up. There it goes. There it goes. Is it going to play it? Let's try this again. Yeah, Volps. I'm the service I use to play the super chats seems to be having an issue right now. So I hope you enjoyed the pork chops. I've explained how to make them. The way I make them, that makes everything great. You gotta get some garlic butter with it. Did you enjoy the pork chops? Because one thing I hate to think of is you guys go home and eat pork chops and you don't enjoy them. After I sold them as being the greatest thing ever. You got to get the thinner pork chops, okay? It's, to me, look, if you like whatever, bone in, get the thinner ones, and then it's like 5 minutes on each side, high heat. You know, get it real high heat before you throw the pork chop in. Obviously, season it before. Use whatever you want, you know, and then dip it in some garlic butter, and it's amazing. Don't even tell me about Waffle House Noob Jets. I don't know why this ain't playing now. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here. These super chats aren't playing. I'm going to have to figure this out. I wonder if it's just lost sync or something. I got to reconnect everything. I'm trying to get replay activity. Yep. Yep. Well, that's disappointing. That just shit the bed out of nowhere. Well, thank you. Thank you, Noob Jets. Waffle House is amazing. And I would love to join you at Waffle House and get some smothered and covered hash browns with some bacon and eggs and some toast. And I would get fat again. Which I gotta get. I mean, I gotta get my eating back under control. I've been fucking around too much the last few months. And I haven't put on too much weight, but I'm on the path to putting on a ton of weight if I don't. Well, lately I've been fixing it, so I just got to keep my carbs down, bro. As soon as I start eating carbs, I just start putting on weight. And it's not like any carbs. It's, 100, 200 carbs a day. I start putting on weight. If I keep it like 50 or below, I'm usually good. Anyway, sorry I didn't play the last two super chats. You guys rock. I'll hopefully get that fixed for the next episode. I don't know why it's not playing. Love garlic butter. Yeah, garlic butter is God-made garlic butter. And it's so good. It's good for you, too. Good for you. Having mac and cheese right now. Oh, enjoy MMA KO TV. Did you add anything to it? Did you add any hot dogs or something? It's kind of boring on its own, you know? It's a narrow pork path. I ate pork chops today just 30 minutes ago. Well, you guys rock. Team Pork Chop, man. Team Pork Chop. Much love, guys. We'll see you again. Like I said, I'm going to try to do 7 days a week this week. And hopefully, that'll go well. We'll see. Well, we'll see you back tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. The State of the Union sucks. But it's okay. Everything's going to be fine, guys. Don't get blackpilled, okay? Much love. See you on the next episode. Have a great night.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notification.